Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
I'm Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively we're the Office Blokes, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got a Patreon page and channel memberships, and I think Mike is going to tell you all about both.
Well, we've got a Patreon page. Go to patreon.com, put in Office Blokes React. Loads of tiers starting just £1.50, block content, all sorts of stuff on there. We've got a Discord server as well on there. We've also got a Discord server available for channel membership members as well, haven't we? So I believe. Yeah.
What's the Discord server?
Discord server, it's like a chat room really for people that like all the Office Blokes and Office Blokes stuff and into that type of thing. They go on there, have a chat between each other. Why not? You might even get some of us on there as well. So yeah, well worth a go.
Smooth. Anyway, this is a Patreon request, isn't it, Mike?
It is, yeah. Yeah.
What's a Patreon request?
Patrons. This is for Ben L. Cheers, Ben. Thanks for your support over the years. It's been absolutely amazing. The untold story behind the most iconic basketball photo. Yeah, there you go.
Should we find out what the untold story is?
I think we should do, yeah. I have no idea what it is.
You know them two are, don't you?
Yeah.
Can't remember.
What? You're kidding me, right?
No.
Do you know who they are, Dave?
It's Kobe on the left, isn't it?
Yep, Kobe Bryant on the left.
Michael Jordan.
No.
Cut that one out then.
Do this to me. Hey? Michael Jordan.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh. I just mumbled Michael Jordan on the other one because I've got it wrong so many times. I keep getting crucified.
How do you not know the two most iconic faces
I did.
history?
If you listen back, I said Michael Jordan on the other one.
No, I had a mind block. Completely.
You just bottled it.
Have you ever seen this photo before? It's iconic. One of the most powerful photos the NBA has ever produced. A young Kobe Bryant in the midst of a heated battle taking a moment to hear the wise words of his idol Michael Jordan. It's been seen by millions, but do you know the context of this picture? The story behind it. It's December 17th, 1997. The Lakers were 18-5, dominating the NBA behind superstar Shaquille O'Neal and a 19-year-old soon-to-be all-star Kobe Bryant. On the other end of the court, you have the Chicago Bulls, reigning NBA champs coming into the game with a record of 14-9 with the best player in the league. The league's two best teams facing off in the Staples Center. Coming into this game, Kobe Bryant wanted to make a statement against the great Michael Jordan. This was the season he would break out as a legitimate NBA talent and prove to the world that he wasn't just another student of MJ's. And with Shaq sidelined, this was Kobe's opportunity. And it wouldn't take long for him to get his point across.
Of the incentive. Kobe Bryant shooting and hitting with Michael Jordan in his face. And you hold people down and shooting. There it is. Maybe better than a lot of backups in the NBA center. Guarded by Michael Jordan. And a pull away by Kobe Bryant. That's the future. And even Michael Jordan will tell you that Kobe Bryant, the future of the NBA, you're looking a 20-point for his ministry. And Jordan with a move quickness and to be good three-point shooter. And Eddie Jones got into points a game. Kobe Bryant up and under and fouled by Luke Longley as Jordan is guarding Kobe Bryant. 5 personal fouls on him. Just saying we need some stop or some defense most nights. Michael Jordan gets 2 more. The Lakers are getting tonight at the hands of the world fact that he's a highlight film, but there is not one. Jordan looking for years on Monday night of 31 after establishing a career high of 23.
Coming off the bench, a 19-year-old Kobe was going blow for blow with the league's MVP. Mike with 36, Kobe with 33. The Lakers were taking a beating, but Kobe was making a statement. And with 7 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game, in the middle of this intense matchup, with Bulls small forward Scott Burrell at the line, Kobe approaches Michael and sparks a conversation. And a photographer snapped this photo. Kobe asked Mike a question about his jump shot, and Mike gives Kobe advice that, without a doubt, stuck with him for the rest of his career. But pay attention to Kobe's demeanor. Michael is doing the talking, and Kobe is all ears, listening attentively. A moment for a young kid to hear from the man that he shaped his entire game after. One of the most subtle but memorable moments in Kobe's career.
It's a little nod at the end as well. Yeah, give me goosebumps. That. I love seeing things like that.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? You had respect.
It's just the way he nodded at the end there. The way Kobe nodded at the end.
Yeah, amazing, yeah.
It's a massively mutual respect that you can see, and even though he's a kid,
it could be tempting for like a young kid like that that's a bit exuberant and a bit sort of confident to sort of like rub his face in it a bit and say, I'm going to take over, up yours. But for him to go there, a bit of advice and a bit of a chat and acknowledge it at the end.
It was just that nod he did at the end there, just he just nods, so I'd like to say, yeah, got you.
Yeah.
After one of the most subtle but memorable moments in Kobe's career, and there are many moments like this throughout the history of the game. When a single photo captures the essence of a player, a game, a legacy. When the story behind the photo is just as interesting as the photo itself. Some of these iconic images have backstories that we've all become familiar with, whereas others come from seemingly insignificant moments that we would come to acknowledge years later. Like on December 6, 2010, when the Miami Heat faced off against the Milwaukee Bucks. Just 22 games into the new Big 3 era, and the Heat weren't exactly living up to expectations. With a record of 14-8, this new era was getting off to a rocky start, but during this seemingly uneventful December matchup, LeBron and his right-hand man Dwayne Wade had a moment that would be the turning point in their season. After getting out to a 6-2 lead, Dwayne Wade rebounds the ball and gets out on the break. He spots LeBron trailing and dumps off a no-look pass. Then, a photographer on the baseline captures a photo that would be seen around the world.
Jennings for three. Lamute got a touch, but it goes to Wade. He has Arroyo in front.
Just knowing the game, innit? Look at that.
Yeah.
Look, what a picture. Yeah. What a photo that is.
Brilliant, isn't it?
The game will be over in about 3 minutes.
I wonder how many bedrooms that as a poster is on.
Oh dear.
Do you think the photographers
That's mint, that.
Do you think the photographers get paid for the pictures, or they get paid a wage by the club or whatever to be there?
It depends on what their role is, whether they're a freelance sort of photographer or they're employed by the club.
I guess most photographers are probably freelance, aren't they? I would think, but maybe clubs like this do have like official photographers as well. You'd like to think you were freelance when you got a picture
Just
like that, wouldn't you?
That, the angle of it all. The angle of it all.
You probably
Just the look of him, his arms out stretched like that.
Yeah.
If you're freelance and you've taken that picture, you probably never have to work again.
Well, exactly.
But if you work for the club, you're just going to get
your weekly wage and that's it, and they'll make a mint out of it, won't they? So
brilliant.
Yeah, cracker.
LeBron with his trademark tomahawk. D Wade with his arms out, a look of confidence like, yeah, that just happened. A single moment that encapsulates one of the greatest duos the league has ever seen. Following this game, the Heat would win 17 of their next 18 games and establish themselves as the best team in the NBA. And it was in this moment that we would all come to realize just how special the Heat would be. Speaking of dominant dynasties, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics have proven to be two organizations that have controlled the league since its inception. Throughout the 80s, these teams would face off in the most intense rivalry in basketball, led by two all-time legends in Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Since their days in college, Magic and Bird seemed to always find a way back to each other. Whether it was the NCAA championship, the MVP race, or the NBA playoffs, it always came right back down to Bird and Magic. And in the 1985 NBA Finals, it was no different. After beating the Lakers in the finals the season prior, the intensity between these two teams was at an all-time high. Fights were breaking out every single game, and neither team was going to...
And them slim shorts you wore on your holidays, weren't they, Dave, this week?
Always, yeah.
Cornwall.
They're a bit longer than the ones I used to wear, to be fair.
Back down. It's game 2 in Boston Garden. After going back and forth for 3 quarters, the Lakers have gotten out to a decent lead early in the 4th. But the Celtics refuse to break. Bird has 20 in the half, and Magic is sitting on a double-double. With less than 5 minutes left in the game, Bird feeds Robert Parrish inside, and Parrish sinks the bucket after drawing the foul. This play in particular isn't all that special, but what follows is a moment that will be remembered forever. As Parrish lines up the shot, Bird and Magic stand side by side, ready to box each other out. And then this happens.
Beautiful pass to Parrish, who really powers it through after being hit by McAdoo.
Great pass by Larry Bird.
Great photo again.
It's a 4-point ball game.
In a moment that was seemingly insignificant, a photographer snaps a photo that would summarize the greatest rivalry in the history of the sport. Two dynasties, two legends, battling it out on the greatest stage. After all, this box out was irrelevant. Robert Parrish sunk the shot, but the photo itself isn't what makes this moment so incredible. It's the story behind it that has cemented this picture as one of the NBA's most recognizable images. Bird and Magic weren't just fighting for a rebound, they were fighting for their legacies. Another legend that had to fight for his legacy was Reggie Miller, a player that had to claw his way through one of the toughest eras of the Eastern Conference. Miller had to play the Bulls dynasty, a New York Knicks squad with Patrick Ewing and John Starks, an Orlando Magic team with the best young duo in the league with Shaq and Penny, and a dominant Miami Heat team with Alonzo Mourning and Tim Hardaway. All four teams having 60-win seasons throughout Reggie's prime. But despite Miller being the best shooter in his day and leading the Pacers to the top spot in the Eastern Conference on 3 occasions, he was never able to get them over the top. He got close again and again and again, but close was never close enough. However, of all the incredible moments the great Reggie Miller has given to the game, his most memorable one came in Game 4 of the 1994 NBA Finals. The Pacers were facing off against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden. After being up 2-0 early in the series, the Pacers fought back to tie it up 2 games apiece. Indiana had all the momentum, and they brought that same energy in Game 5. With Spike Lee in attendance, after trailing by 12 points at the end of the third, Reggie Miller activates Miller Time and absolutely buries the Knicks in the fourth.
With a 15-2 lead, here's Miller for 3. Fleming with another Miller in the backcourt. Here's Miller, points for Miller.
And he appears to be fine, and he will.
Here's Miller, swings away, and hits.
A man.
5 minutes into the fourth, here's Miller, a shot. Here's Miller for 3, yes! Miller open again. From downtown in this fourth quarter. Miller pops and hits again. 35 for Reggie Miller. 14 of 26 from the field. 21 of the 35 have come here in the fourth quarter.
Miller would go on to score 25 points in the fourth quarter alone. But while having the game of his career, Spike Lee was taking part in his usual banter. At this point, Spike has become a staple at Knicks games. Where there is heated action going down in the Garden, you are sure to see Spike Lee close by. Now, most players may play along a bit, maybe say a thing or two and move on. But on this day, Reggie had time. And in the midst of dropping 39 on Spike's team, Reggie Miller shut Spike Lee down with one of the most infamous moments in playoff history.
Harper and John Starks not happy at all with the way Greg Anthony and Hubert Davis were defending.
Reggie Miller giving the choke sign to Spike Lee.
As if Spike didn't already know his team was blowing the lead in the series, Miller gave that man a clear reminder. A reminder that stood as a warning for all trash talkers. After adding insult to injury and humiliating the Knicks in their own house, it was clear that Spike was not ready for the smoke. Just look at him. Pathetic. Now, I want to end this video with a brief story about the most recognizable photo in NBA history. This one. Well, not the logo itself, but the photo it was designed after. In 1969, the NBA wanted to separate itself from its newly found competition in the ABA. So the National Basketball Association commissioned
I knew about this. My mate told me about it years ago, yeah.
Legal to create a logo for the league. And after searching for the perfect picture to design the logo after, Allen stumbled upon this photo of Jerry West. Thus, the famous NBA logo was born. Only this is not the photo the logo was based off of. Despite this being the image most fans associate with the logo, this is the wrong picture. The actual image that inspired the logo is this one, a photo of Jerry West driving to the basket circa 1966. In fact, when you put the photo side by side with the logo itself, the resemblance is uncanny. Why this image has been tagged with the logo image is
I was
a mystery.
thinking it doesn't look
Some
like
fans
a lot
theorized
like
that
it.
the league wanted to distance itself from the idea of designing a logo after one specific player, so they found an image that was similar enough to give inspiration to the design, but not so similar that it can definitively be one player in particular. But again, when looking at the NBA logo and this specific picture of Jerry West, it's clear that the NBA did just that. Let me know in the comments below, what is the most iconic basketball photo ever taken and why? Is it the image, the moments leading up to it, or the players themselves that have made these photos so iconic? Be sure to subscribe to join High Roller Nation, and as always, until next time.
What a great video.
I was just gonna say, a great video. That really enjoyed it.
Same.
Yeah, something different.
I thought there was going to be a photo of the, like that, you know, sort of
the choking
with both
thing,
of the perspectives.
Yeah.
I thought there may have been an iconic image of it, but I guess not.
That's the way to pay hecklers back into it, I suppose. You know,
Spike Lee was known for it though, wasn't he? Being caught
that sound of it, yeah,
in
but he really gave it back to him there, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
fair
love,
play
I love
to him.
that kind of stuff. It gives you, like, you know, especially when you throw it back to. That's when I used to watch basketball quite a lot, when all them lot were playing. But yeah, someone told me ages ago about the Jerry West picture. It was like it was something to do with a quiz we were in. And my mate said he's American, he's a big Lakers fan, and we got talking about saying, and one of the questions was something about the logo.
Yeah,
and he didn't know much other than basketball in a quiz. And he went, it's Jerry West.
Right.
And I went, how do you explain how it is? And he said, there's a picture. That's Jerry West silhouette sort of thing. And he
great question in a quiz.
Yeah, I know.
Really good. Yeah, I like it. But yeah, it's really interesting that.
Isn't it amazing like that Larry Bird moment that looked like nothing, but then you see the photograph of it and it's epic and tells a
It's
story.
amazing how just a picture can evoke sort of like memories and feelings and stuff and thoughts of the past. And
I mean, just loving sport, loving sport like we do. It's, you know, it's when I see anything like that, you know, the Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant bit where he's talking to him and you just see Kobe nod his head and agree, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
And that's, for me, that's just like, tells you a hell of a lot.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
For him to go on to be, you know, one of the best players that's ever played the game.
Yeah.
If not the best player that's ever played the game.
Absolutely superb, that.
Yeah, really enjoyed that. Thanks for that,
so
Ben.
did I, yeah. Really
great
good.
request. I hope you all enjoyed it too. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers.